What's up, leaders? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about high performers, and mostly like the dealing with high performers from a management perspective, because a lot of times you're going to get a vibe from them that's like, just leave me alone. And a lot of that has nothing to do with actually you. It actually has to do with their history with managers, their histories with dealing with management. And usually it's that they slow things down. Now, the catch here is that it doesn't necessarily mean leave me alone. It really just means I don't want to be micromanaged. It is not, I don't need anything from you. A lot of leaders tend to mistake a high performer's kind of aloofness or, hey, I don't want to be involved, for self-sufficiency, because they can kind of just go and go and go. But really what it is they're very self-directed. It's very different. Self-sufficient means that they don't need you for anything. They don't need anything. But what they really need from you is you to step in and build trust. And trust is not just go do whatever you want. It is part of it, right? You do trust them to go get the work done. But that doesn't give you the blanket like, hey, you go do whatever you want. I'm just here to deal with everybody else. It does mean that you need to work with them to understand what their goals are, where they're going, what do they want to do. And it's up to you to figure out what's the best way to help them down that path, because they're not self-sufficient. They cannot advocate for themselves in leadership meetings like you can. So it's important for you to take the opportunity to start building a relationship with them. What that looks like is, instead of managing the work, you're managing their environments. You're clearing obstacles. You're helping make sure that they know exactly where they're going. You're helping make sure that the team is rallying around them and the leadership understands that we need to give them room to go. It's about building trust through action, not trust through space. They still need feedback, but they want it delivered a little differently. They want you to be more direct usually. They want it to be faster. And to be honest, they don't really want it to be about the minutia of the work. They want it to be more around, hey, where am I going? What am I doing that's not helping me advance in my career to whether go to the next level or make more money, or both? There's a lot of risk in this scenario. And a lot of people think it's that the work's not going to get done, or it's not going to be at a high level. And really, that's the last thing you need to worry about with a high performer generally. Generally, the work's going to get done. Where the risk is when they're not heard, not seen, don't feel like they have a vision for the future, or don't feel like they're working on anything valuable. If they're undervalued, unseen, unheard, then at the end of the day, they're going to find somewhere else that will respect them for what they do. So don't create space. Create opportunity, build relationships, talk to them, but don't make it so often that they have to feel like they're constantly reporting about what they're working on. Make the conversation more about them. Make the conversation about where they're going, at the bigger picture of their career. We're not talking about the day-to-day minutia of writing code or doing whatever skill that person is from a high performer perspective. So make sure that as you think through what you can do as a leader, you're thinking through not just, hey, I'm doing a one-on-one with this person once a week. Maybe spread it out. Find a rhythm that works for you and that high performer, because they don't need as much attention as somebody that's coming up in their career or somebody that's struggling. They need bigger picture, bigger concept conversations that do not happen weekly, because that's just not how time works. Ultimately, high performers want to be challenged, not managed. And if you're not willing to stretch them, they're going to go find somebody else who does. Autonomy without development isn't a gift. It's neglect that's kind of wrapped and veiled in trust. So focus on building a path for them and then finding a method of communication that works and a rhythm that works for both of you. It can't be never. It can't be every week. It can't be like everybody else. If you're treating your highest performers like everybody else, they're going to start to wonder, why am I still here? And that feels like they're kind of being a diva, but they're really not, because they are highly effective. So allow them to be highly effective and make sure that you are putting them in positions to be successful and keep growing their career. Hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, hit me up, Jason@leadfromhere.co. I appreciate the time. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you, and just generally take care. See y'all.